Here's a fundamental reality of aging. NAD+ levels decline. This isn't just in disease, it happens in healthy aging too. By age 50, your NAD+ levels might be half what they were at 20. By 70, they might have declined even further. This age-related NAD+ decline helps explain why aging is the single biggest risk factor for Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. As NAD+ drops, the brain becomes less resilient, less able to generate energy efficiently, and more vulnerable to damage. This makes NAD+ support particularly crucial for aging populations. The dietary strategies that might be merely beneficial for a 30-year-old become essential for a 70-year-old whose baseline NAD+ production has already fallen dramatically. When your brain is operating with half the NAD+ it used to have, every bit of additional support, through diet, lifestyle, or other means, becomes more important. The mechanisms behind age-related NAD+ decline are complex. The enzymes that synthesize NAD+ become less efficient. The enzymes that break down NAD+, particularly CD38, become more active. Oxidative stress increases, consuming more NAD+ for repair. Inflammation rises, activating NAD+, consuming immune responses. Mitochondrial function declines, using NAD+ less efficiently. It's a perfect storm of reduced production and increased consumption. The positive argument is compelling. Aging adults should proactively emphasize NAD+ support in their diets before cognitive problems emerge. This means ensuring adequate intake of niacin-rich foods like poultry, fish, nuts, and fortified grains. It means getting sufficient protein to support tryptophan to NAD+ conversion. It means eating antioxidant-rich foods to reduce NAD+ consumption for stress defense. It means controlling blood sugar to minimize metabolic stress. It means consuming anti-inflammatory foods to reduce immune-driven NAD+ depletion. These aren't exotic interventions. They're modifications to everyday eating patterns that become increasingly important with each passing decade. For many older adults, simply being more intentional about nutrition could meaningfully support brain NAD+ levels during a time when the brain is becoming more metabolically vulnerable. There's also the social and psychological dimension. Older adults often experience declining appetite, reduced enjoyment of food, dental problems that make certain foods difficult to eat, or financial constraints that limit food choices. All of this can lead to poor nutrition precisely when nutritional support is most needed. Recognizing the importance of NAD+ support might motivate older adults and their caregivers to prioritize better nutrition despite these challenges. But now the sobering realities and warnings. First, dietary NAD+ support in older adults faces significant biological barriers. The gut becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients with age. The blood-brain barrier might become less permeable, potentially limiting what reaches brain tissue. Metabolic enzymes decline in efficiency. Chronic diseases and medications interfere with nutrient metabolism. Simply eating NAD+ precursors doesn't guarantee they'll be effectively converted and utilized by aging brains. Second, by the time someone is in their 70s or 80s, decades of accumulated metabolic stress and cellular damage have already occurred. NAD+ support through diet at this stage is damage control and support, not reversal of previous harm. If someone has eaten poorly for 50 years and then tries to optimize NAD+ support at 70, they're starting from a significantly compromised baseline. Third, there's a real danger of older adults becoming so focused on specific nutrients like NAD+ precursors that they neglect overall dietary quality and caloric adequacy. Malnutrition and unintentional weight loss are serious problems in older populations. Someone who becomes obsessed with eating high niacin foods while ignoring protein intake, caloric needs, or micronutrient diversity is not truly supporting brain health. We also need to acknowledge that NAD+ decline is only one aspect of brain aging. Vascular changes matter enormously. Chronic inflammation becomes more prevalent. Protein clearance systems become less efficient. Sleep quality often declines. Social engagement might decrease. You cannot isolate NAD plus metabolism from this broader context of aging biology. There's also the issue of individual variation. Some older adults might maintain relatively good NAD plus levels due to genetics or lifelong healthy habits, while others might have severe depletion. Without direct measurement, which isn't clinically available, we can't know someone's personal NAD plus status. This means dietary recommendations have to be population-based and somewhat generic, not precisely targeted to individual needs. Furthermore, focusing too heavily on NAD plus might create a false sense that aging brains can be fully protected through nutrition alone. The reality is that aging involves multiple biological processes that diet can influence but not completely prevent. Brain atrophy, accumulation of damaged proteins, vascular changes, and other age-related changes will happen to some degree regardless of diet. What's the practical conclusion? Yes, aging diets absolutely should emphasize NAD plus support because NAD plus decline is a fundamental aspect of brain aging that increases vulnerability to disease. For people in midlife and beyond, being intentional about niacin-rich foods, adequate protein, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory foods, and blood sugar control makes good biological sense. But this should be part of a comprehensive approach to healthy aging that also includes exercise, sleep, stress management, social engagement, cognitive stimulation, and medical management of chronic conditions. NAD plus support through diet is important but not sufficient. And expectations must be realistic. We're talking about potentially slowing decline and maintaining resilience, not reversing aging or guaranteeing protection from all neurodegenerative disease.